in Harbin, and Mexico has 20 million people, and they are the points of attraction, presenting wonderful platforms with high quality stuff. Sergey Evgenievich, what about the Moscow techno parks? Is it possible for us to invite Indian partners there, or they are just designated for Russian partners?
Только иностранных инвестиций, но и
high-tech companies kind of admit them to our techno policies and our techno parks. We have over 40 of them in Moscow. We provide preferential treatment and subsidies to develop startup companies. We negotiate our partners in India and China, in Vietnam. Recently, we hosted a delegation representing high-tech sector of Philippines. We had people from Africa, Algiers, and Egypt. Those countries which are interested in the conditions of placing and localizing their companies in Moscow definitely will invite the top-notch personnel from abroad, including Tuskolko. We'll ask our young Indian friend whether he is willing to go to Moscow Technopark. You've heard our discussions about technology parks in Moscow. As a young Indian entrepreneur, are you willing to invest in Russia's Moscow projects in high-tech?
Good morning. Thank you for having me on this platform. Yes, there is a tremendous scope when it comes to not only financial investment, but also our greatest export in India. I should say our biggest export is our people. We have too many of them, and we like to export them. We have already exported our smartest people to some of the top companies in the world. And I think what I see and how I foresee this cooperation happening is A, yes, definitely monetarily, infrastructure-wise. B, also knowledge transfer. So we're talking about transferring special skills and knowledge, high-tech skills that people from my country have also been able to, over a period of time, master. But there are also a lot of skills in terms of industrial development, in terms of some of the things that he was mentioning earlier was, for instance, software and systems for municipalities. These are certain things. India is still a young country and we have not been able to master this. So I can see a lot of joint cooperative development between the two countries, starting here, also starting in some technology parks in India, and jointly building products which can actually serve not only India, but a larger population across the world in different countries who are still young in their entire timeline of development in terms of execution and implementation of technologies. So yes, that is definitely one thing which I can see and foresee as a good midterm goal. In the overall thought process, though, I think Russia at this point, since we're talking about high technology exports, Russia should have a short-term goal, a mid-term goal, and a long-term goal. And they should, we together should actually strive as two countries. For instance, I'm giving my country as example, it's to be specific. I think we can actually create the next big technology block if we can design and if we can execute short, mid, and long-term goals in terms of creating deep technology and technology that actually changes the lives of millions of people. And that, of course, has to be high-tech. It has to be well thought out. It has to be strategized between both countries. And yeah, I think there's a very, very good future with this.
So why don't you next year bring some Indian entrepreneurs, and Moscow City will probably give you a plot of land, and here you go. Here's
Sounds
your
like-
alliance.
Sounds like a plan. Absolutely. I would.
Thank you, Stan. Alexander Mikhailovich,
Alexander Mikhailovich, you remember the film Brother 2, Брат 2, where the main character said, well, they don't pay any attention to anything except money. About money, we are on the threshold of